I want to be on the ice. I want to score. I'd take high fiving my like teammates all day over punching someone in the face. Like,
welcome to Social Kick. I'm Brian Lundquist. We got a partial crew. Luke's off at a football game cheering for big number 69. But we got Dr. John Mullen and we got McKenzie Siroky. What's going on, McKenzie? How are you?
Great. How are you?
Oh, doing pretty good. Speaking of football, though, I was seeing that heartbroken for the Vols against Georgia. That game had to be sick. Were you at the football game?
Yeah, I was at the field. It was a rough one, you know. And one of our teammates, her boyfriend's one of the kickers. He wasn't the one who kicked the field goal, but he does like the kickoffs and so she knows him like really well, and we were just like backs, like we felt so bad for him. But I mean, overall, I thought it was a pretty like equal back and forth game. You know, that kind of kick is, you know, like the type of swim like Jordan Crooks had, that like relay comeback. Like that's that moment you need to like, it's like that pressure that. Yeah, no, I thought it was a really good game though. Like Neyland is awesome, and I love the games there. It is like, it's so fun. It's literally like nothing else.
Yeah, it's pretty killer. John, have you ever been to a football game at Tennessee?
Yeah, went on a recruiting trip there. So yeah, we went to a game, and yeah, it was definitely a good time. I forget who they played. I think it was like a cupcake early in the year, but still great crowd, big stadium, great times.
Yeah, killer stadium. I went to grad school at Tennessee, so I spent, even though I was undergrad at Auburn, I was in Knoxville for a year and a half to do an MBA, and so I got to work in the athletic department a bit while there. So I got to go to some Tennessee football games. It was definitely sick. What I saw though, did you see this? That there was on the broadcast, and I think they said too that they were showing this on the jumbotron in the stadium. There was like toward the end of the game, there was this older gentleman who was a Tennessee fan, and he was like, you know, showing all of his anxiety and everything. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. But then it came out that he had his Coldplay moment because he like called in sick to work to go to the game, and then he got outed by the broadcast.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Funny.
Yeah. Why are these people lying so much? Jeez.
Well, what's wrong with calling in sick to go to a football game? See, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I think that's fair. Come on, Saturday night.
I guess personal day. I don't know. Yeah. That's true.
I don't know. I didn't see if there was like any, how far he strung him along, or if he just like made it a sick day. Like that'd be easy for me. But
yeah, there you go. Hey, B, circling back to number 69. Do you really think that he was given number 69, or do you think he picked 69?
I don't know. So we're talking about Luke's son plays football, and he said that he got number 69, but he wasn't happy about the fact that he had it. And so like,
and we're like,
like I don't know.
Was it a choice or was it?
Yeah, it's like a young boy.
Was given it. Yeah, he was given it supposedly, and he wasn't happy. And I was like,
what position does he play?
I think he plays O-line.
I was gonna say sideline, but
yeah, well, he's young right now.
That makes sense.
Yeah. It's not out of the question, but it just, made us think a little. I was going to say,
if he was like QB, wide receiver, running back, I'd be like, I don't know.
What number did you wear in hockey?
23.
Why?
It's a great number. Yeah, Jordan. I mean, so my birthday is on May 23rd. My mom's birthday is on March 23rd. Like my grad year was 2023. Like, I love the way it looked on a jersey too. Like, I just loved it. But
I had like a couple
things. I love having a jersey number. Like, or even just, I think that swimming should get more creative with our caps. I think we should that's kind of like your one piece of cool equipment. I mean, suits, but like, everyone's tech suits look pretty much the same. Come on now.
Yeah, totally the same.
Especially if you're on the same team. Like, nothing's, like, custom to you. I mean, like once you get international, you have your last name on the cap. But I think it'd be fun, like, in college to have, like, cool cap designs with your last name or another. Like, I wish that was, like, something that was more customized. Like, because the fun thing about hockey is like going to play a tournament or a game, and it's like you have your home away jerseys, you have an alternate, and that's like your uniform, and you can kind of like switch around with that. And I mean, like, I guess swim, you can have like a couple different color caps, but I think one thing that I wish swim had better was like cool caps to like, because that's like that's what you see. Like that's your uniform in a way. And I think it'd be so cool.
Do you like the Lions black helmets?
I do.
Okay.
I like the Lions black, or the jerseys. The jerseys are sweet.
Oh yeah, sorry. So the jerseys black, but the helmet's blue with the black accents, right?
Yeah.
I have to say, like, I don't love the jerseys. I like the helmet, but I don't love those jerseys. I like them wearing all blues.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that would be cool. Hopefully swimming's getting closer to that.
Yeah, I feel like we are. Yeah.
We've gotten the hookup from Hydrofoil Swim Caps, who makes a lot of swim caps for, championship meets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so those are cool. But yeah, I agree. Like all the uniforms in swimming are totally lagging behind, but also there's a cost element to it. So
for sure. Yeah. Like especially like ripping caps, like losing it. Like it's so much easier to lose a swim cap than to lose your hockey jersey. Or like rip your cap than like rip your hockey jersey, So like, I mean, there's that part, but
does anybody go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, even just championship season, like NCAAs, because it's like that high meet, just like like Worlds is that high meet, like you have your name on your cap. I think that like NCAAs, like if you're there, I think you deserve your name on your cap or something. Like,
big time.
I think it's cool.
And a prelim final cap, kind of like Team USA. Like, I mean, that's pretty low-hanging fruit, like you said.
It brings more like meaning behind like the day too. Like you want to be able to wear that special cap because it means something more.
Yeah, I think a lot of teams do that. I mean, I know that we had prelim. We wore like a different color in the morning versus night. White in the morning, black at night. Names on the caps. But I think there could be even more customization. Like when Summer McIntosh had the Red Bull sponsorship, like I was expecting that her championship cap could be like what you see in other sports, like Red Bull Rampage is like extreme mountain biking, and like they always have this crazy ornate helmet that almost looks like the Maryland football helmet with the flag. It's like super Red Bull. And I was waiting for that like swim cap that looks like that. And they do make those for training caps. I've seen it like triathletes that have them, but because of the swimming rules and like our championship meets, in international competition are based on, a nation setup instead of like, the PGA Tour where there's no limit on roster size per nation, and you don't really think about it like a country thing. It's just a bunch of individuals. I think that as long as that's the model, then I think you're going to run into issues like this. But hopefully we can start to like blur those lines a little bit so that there's, more room to attract like, fandom. Like people love seeing all the different all the uniform releases is an opportunity for publicity. The uniform combos is hype for the athletes who are on the team, and so like those things together I think are, why not have that in swimming too? That'd be sick.
No, exactly what you said. Like uniform releases and so many other sports, like swim, it's just like, oh, we're just gonna change from white cap to orange cap tonight. And it's like, but like you get some like cool logo, you drop that, and I feel like even for like the younger athletes, I think it's cool to like if you make it to like a bigger meet where you can go watch what you might want to do one day, like be a collegiate athlete. I think it's pretty cool to see like them all, decked out. Like that's when I was younger, I loved going to like when we do tournaments and there'd be like a college team playing, we'd be like, their jerseys are so cool. And like, I feel like that would be like a cool moment too for younger athletes, is just seeing some like college athletes with some cooler caps. Cause like, that's kind of like, even just in practice, like if you got handed a sweet cap to wear, I'd be like, this is sweet.
Yeah, totally. There's no young girls in Knoxville who are like, sick. Did you see that they're wearing black this week?
Yeah.
Like, no shit. They're wearing black every week.
Can caps print 360 around the whole cap, or is it still just like side to side? I feel like I've never seen a cap that is like has something around the whole thing. It's always, symmetrical
like
side to side and nothing in the front.
and
Yeah.
yeah.
You have for
feel-
like silicone caps that are flat,
Yeah.
but not
I guess there's
dome
logos
cap.
on the front, right? Of like
Yeah, that's
Yakult
what I
and
was
all
gonna say.
that.
Logo on front back.
But something that just like encompasses like the whole thing as one piece would be pretty cool, and a lot of room to get better in the sport. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, hey, McKenzie, we ask our audience at Social Kick Swim on Instagram and YouTube for questions for our guests, and I wanted to get a few of these that our audience submitted for you. First of all, this one's from Dennis Volunteer, wants to know, how much do you bench?
Right now,
just flex on it, whatever, it doesn't have to be right now. Could be your
probably
best.
one rep max,
PR.
like 185.
That's pretty good. What's your one rep max right now, John?
Right now, oh man, I haven't done a 1RM on bench in a while. I did 185 for 4 sets of 5 this week, and I'm pretty sore from it.
That's
pretty sore. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, the last time I benched was right now benching, I'm like very high reps, so my weight's not up. It's more of just like getting back like to really explosive stuff. But yeah, I think I went 185 back in like right before trials. I think I did bench or before I left for Thailand. Yeah, so but we're getting back into it. I'm hoping this winter to hit 2.
Hell yeah, 200 would be solid.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Yeah.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it.
Well, we're going to circle back into feats of strength and training, but first let's keep rolling with these audience questions. So this one's from Avery Borbash. How long can she swim breaststroke without stopping?
Shoot. I don't even know that. I'd say...
Can't you just coast it? Just like, boo.
Yeah, I feel like breaststroke is so much like easier to swim for a while. Like, because you can literally just hold the line for a while. But personally, I don't like swimming that long. I would get really bored.
You're like 200. That's as far as I want to go.
Yeah, I could probably do it for a while. Do I want to do it for a while? Probably not. But if I could, the most I'd do, max 1,000, and then I'd be like, all right, I'm done for the day.
Wow, I thought you were going to say longer than that. I mean, you're only talking about, even if you slow it down, 20 minutes.
See, my thing is it just gets boring.
Yeah.
Maybe if I had some like earbuds or some music or like a screen on the bottom with Subway Surfers, someone playing that. I don't know. I don't think
distance is boring? Is that what I'm hearing out of you?
Yes, it's extremely boring. I can't. Right. That's like the main reason I sprint too. I like get so bored during practice. Like I feel like for some people like they like the strategy behind a distance or like I get so bored. I want to race. I want to play with my technique. I want to go in the well and do my strokes and like all technique and different kind of work. Like I love fast-paced stuff with like shorter intervals, but I get really bored swimming for a while.
Well, at least you're.
I'm getting better at it.
I mean, do you want to get better at it?
Yeah, a little bit for the two
stretch those pullouts out, right?
Yeah. For like the 2 breasts, be able to swim a little bit longer. But in general, like I don't see myself swimming anything higher than the 2 breasts.
Right. Yeah. I did a double distance meet. I remember when I was an age grouper, I had to do a 400 breast long course, and it was horrible. It also didn't help that my suit fell down when I dove in, so that was a whole other thing.
That's pretty brutal.
But once we sorted that out, then I did 400 meters of boring breaststroke, and that was the last time I ever did that again.
Yeah. No,
all right. This one's from Trust Junior 1205. What did you learn with Team USA?
So I think it was definitely just like a really new experience for me, like traveling, across the world for that and being in a completely different group of people that I've I didn't really have any connections to a lot of people going into it, and being able to like work with different groups. There's a lot of different coaches there who I was able to meet, and I think it just taught me to just stay very open with everything. Like, just take everything in, like not even swim wise, just like the experiences we had there, and just being grateful for everything that we got to do there was pretty cool. I take that with me. But uh, as far as like the meet and everything, just staying on track with ups and downs that come. I got pretty sick, and that wasn't awesome. But just trying to stay to my process like as much as possible. I think no matter like what's going on was a really big thing for me. Was just appreciating that I'm here. Get out there, have fun, get after it, like give what you got. But I think just being able to like stick to a process of my normal stretching routine, warm up, warm down, just stick to my process was kind of like my biggest thing that I've had to kind of take away there, because there's a lot going on with throughout the whole team with that stomach bug and everything. So so I think just the way people handled it was really professional, for everyone to just give what they had and like put everything out on the line no matter what people were going through, and they stuck to what they needed to do and what they could do. So yeah.
The sickness has been discussed quite a bit, and obviously everyone was wondering what was going on, and then we find out so many athletes are sick, not just Team USA athletes, but others. And like you just mentioned, just being professional about it, going about your way. But getting sick happens at competitions. So if like I don't know, if like a youth swimmer or high school swimmer gets sick, what tips would you have for them just to help them stay focused? Because it's easy, I'm sure, to have negative thoughts enter when things aren't going your way.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, even just on like a normal club practice or meet or even SECs, I struggled. I pulled my hamstring right before SECs, and like that was a big thing. That like when something happens, little, big, sickness, any of that, I think, like I said, like sticking to your process is one of the biggest things. Find things that make you feel comfortable with what you're doing, so you're staying in the groove of things no matter like what it is. You have a certain stretch routine, do that before you get in the water. You have a certain warm-up, stick to that warm-up. Even if you're not feeling great, just trust that you've put in the work. I think mentally is going to be like one of the biggest things that people can do, and you can take it to the extent you want, whether it's just talking to yourself as like, I'm a great swimmer, I can swim fast, I can do this, I'm a great swimmer, I can, and just like talking to yourself. I mean, you want to take it up a notch, like that's where that visualization comes in. Be able to close your eyes, and even if you're sick, what your game plan is going into a race. Like being able to close your eyes and seeing how many strokes you take on each lap, what you're going to take out of a turn, like little details of your race that you can still control in your mind. So when you step behind the block, even though you're not feeling great, you've practiced that race so many times in your mind that you're going to gain some confidence from that, even though you're not feeling great physically or, mentally. Like just fall back on using your mental skills to the best of your ability to stay strong throughout, the meet.
Yeah, for sure. How did that end up affecting you personally? I mean, obviously, like a major, huge accomplishment to get onto the world's team. You win a huge swim off. You go a PB in the process. That PB turns out could have been on the medal podium. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. It's a different circumstance, so we can never guarantee that. But like, I would imagine knowing what your best time is, and you can see that the bronze medal time was a little slower than that. That you go, okay, that could have been me. That wasn't the meet that you ended up having. Just curious, like how did the illness affect you? Were you all the way back, and do you attribute just maybe not your perfect swim on the right day? What do you take away from the performance that you had?
So in Thailand, the week or so, it was the Saturday before we left. So I guess like kind of a week out from my race in a way, a week and a day maybe. Too. It was like 4 days before we left from Thailand to go to Singapore. I did like we all did a suited practice. Like everyone was suiting up and we were racing, and it was just awesome. And I remember my set was like 450s on like 2 minutes, and like Lily and I were doing them. We did them a little different, but we're still like racing right next to each other. And I went on my last one like 30.11 on the fourth. And I was like, all right, like I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Like, I just need to shave now and like just stick to this. Like everything I was feeling so like I felt so fast. I felt so great. Then that was Saturday, Tuesday, like that day progressively I got sick. We left Wednesday, and like that whole week I just like my stomach was horrible. I've never felt that kind of pain, and it did take like a lot out of me. And I really struggled mentally getting back into it after that. I did a suited swim practice that following Saturday with Mona at Worlds. Like we just did something together to see each other, and I just had a really hard time like putting my race together or stroke together. Everything just felt very off, and it was just really frustrating to me to like because I was feeling like so good, and I really struggled with that. But for as much as like I was trying to just like be like, okay, like you still put all that work in, and you're sticking to your process well. I'm doing my nighttime routine. I'm journaling, I'm stretching, I'm doing like everything in my ability still to like when my race time comes to give my all. And so those days leading up were definitely a little harder than I thought they were going to be, just because I was kind of like I'd kind of hit my like usual stuff, and then I just never felt like I've had my stroke like fully back to kind of what it was. And so the race day, like I think I ended up like spinning a little bit on the end. Like I just wasn't holding my like stroke the way I normally was. And I know that's something like I can for sure work on. And like I'm not going to say, oh, it's like all on the sickness, because like I still know how to race, and I feel like just being able to, put that race together a little bit better, even though I was feeling off. For me, it's kind of hard not to have Matt there, Matt Kredich, like he's kind of like just a really good person who understands what I need a lot. And like throughout the week we talked to him and all this, and but this is kind of like my first time at like a bigger meet without having like my normal coach there. So like that was a little different, but we had like Rich and other people there, but that was like a little different for me too. So it was just a lot of new, and I've definitely like taken away a lot of things from being at that meet, just like trying to understand exactly what I need, maybe warm up wise before a race, or what little like things I need to hit to feel like that it's like I can put this race together right. I think it was definitely hard not feeling 100% leading into that race, like stroke wise, but I think it taught me something, so I can take away that. And I think that there's so much more left in the tank, like just getting started with that event, like long course. And so and that was a little different too over the summer, just like specifically training the 50 besides like training the 100 and the 50. So but but I like that. I love sprinting. So I think just like, yeah, this next like summer with pan packs coming up, like I'm like I'm really excited to like I'm already like excited, like I'm super excited for college, but then I'm already looking forward to like, because I know how much better I can give than, or like, how much better I can race than what happened at Worlds. So
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna be like, oh my gosh, that was like that. I'm like, but I still made it there. I still gave it my best, and I'm just gonna keep giving my best, and I will get better, and I know that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was a huge summer, and like you said, going 30.1 at camp and all that. So everything bodes well for a lot of success. And one thing I didn't even think of was, for the young athletes that haven't been on these trips, like you said, your coach isn't there. And when things are going well, yeah, almost any coach can help out, right? They just, you're on cloud
They're like,
nine,
oh, you're
everything's
great.
going well. Yeah. But when things aren't going well, like when you're sick and really not feeling well, that's when I think having your coach there, or, some more experience at these meets and knowing how to collect yourself really comes into play. I guess what were you missing, you think, of Matt not being there? Was it, a set, or adjusting things, or just being able to calm you down in a way that only a coach that works with you would be able to do?
I think Matt just like understands me as a human really well too, kind of like what I need to hear sometimes that will help me. And then, but especially before a race, like at SEC or NCAAs, I like had a hard time the morning of my two breasts, and like he'll like talk me down, talk to me, and we can figure it out. And that night, like I felt so much better. SECs, I wasn't like able to do breaststroke kick because of my hamstring, so like he put together a whole workout with like flutter kick or warm-ups and everything. Like he just adjusts really well for me. And I think Herbie like was awesome. I loved working with Herbie. That was so fun. Like, but I think if Herbie knew me, like if I knew Herbie for like a little bit longer, I think it'd be easier. But I think just like working with someone that I've worked with for like a year now, he just understands, like he's seen my breaststroke be put together before a race, and kind of what looks correct leading into a race, and kind of maybe what might look spinny or off, or so I think he adjusts that really well, because he sees it all the time in practice on me, like race sets in practice, I mean, he's watched me for a year do, like my tempos and all that kind of stuff. So sometimes before a race, just having like that extra confidence in myself, and just like confirmation that, what this looks like, or just like little details. So I think just that kind of stuff. But I think it was just really hard too, because of the time change, rather than being, next year. I mean, Cali, it's only 3 hours, like, so it's like it's a little easier to communicate a lot, and I think that'll be a lot different. So.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, maybe for a domestic meet, he'll be able to travel there. And not, even if he's not part of the staff, which hasn't, I don't think has been named yet. Right. I have a question about that in your relationship with Matt. So first of all, in your gap year, you took a gap year, right? Post high school, before college. And were you still at high school then, or were you at Tennessee?
I was at home. Yeah.
Okay. So you're really only 12 months, 13 months into working with Matt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's so fascinating to me to hear you talk about the confidence that you have in your coach, and having only worked with him for a year. And I'm curious about, I mean, like I've always heard that about Matt from talking to all of his athletes, that there's not only a respect for, the wisdom from a swimming side, but also there's like an adoration and a bond from a personal standpoint that really, I think you can see when you look at Tennessee from the stands, watching how Tennessee acts as a team and how they interact and everything. And so I'm just curious if there was something in the recruiting process where you were like, oh, that's the right fit for me. especially because you had a very interesting recruiting process with the decision you were making with multiple sports.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things was Matt. Like the first call I had with him was like, it was a FaceTime. Like, you know, a lot of coaches just go like phone call. It used to be like most of mine were just phone call. Like I love like a face-to-face. I love seeing like, you know, people's faces and talking. And that was like the first thing is it was a FaceTime. So it kind of lightens up the mood in a way too.
Sure.
Because it's kind of maybe harder to read people over the phone. Like, I wonder if they're smiling, or I wonder, you know, you never know.
Yeah, especially when you're nervous and first call. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are they on the toilet? What are they doing?
Yeah. You never know. So,
all right, Brian, what college coach is calling recruits from the toilet? Let's hear your top 5.
Listen, if you're a college coach and you've called a recruit from the toilet and you're listening to this, hit us up in the comments or the DMs.
That's funny.
We won't out you, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So we had a FaceTime call, and you know, he was at home and he showed me his dogs, and he was like, I met Kim, and like for the first like 20 minutes, I forgot I was on a recruiting call. Like I just felt like I was meeting a person. Like it was just so like easygoing. Everything like we talked about, like he wanted to get to know me as a human, not just an athlete. Like, and I thought that was really special compared to, you know, other coaches that are like, hey, how's swim been? Hey, when was your last meet? Hey, how is this? You know, I saw you have this time. How we can do, and it's just like swim right away.
Yeah.
Where like, I mean, if you're gonna commit to it, like you're planning on going there for 4 years. Like I want a real connection with who I'm around and who I'm gonna be around, because I want that to be my family. Like I'm gonna be around you all the time. And for me, Matt just was very real, like just a very real person. And you can tell he just cares. He cares for the university, he cares for our program, and he cares for each and every swimmer as a human. And I think that's like one of the most important things that I was looking for, because especially switching sports, you know, it was kind of scary. Like if people only care about, you know, your times, like, hey, we're recruiting you off of this time, or hey, this is this. And it's like, there's still a lot of untapped potential that I had, and there still is, like, and I just like think it's really important for me trying something newer, you know, like really committing to all this is I want to be somewhere where I feel like I can be comfortable around these people, and that you know they care about me, and I feel like they do at Tennessee. Matt's such a easy person to be like really vulnerable with in life and swimming. I had a hard time like transitioning. I thought I did a lot better than I expected in my head. Like going into college, I was like, I'm about to get like literally cooked on every day, like every single day. And like, I'm not lying. I cried a couple times. I'm like, yeah. I'm a real person. I'll tell you, like, it was hard. And like, but I've like now, like the first couple times I kind of just like practices that this happened. I just kind of keep swimming and just be like, fight through it, you know? And then I was like, Matt's such an easygoing guy. And then I just started going up to him and I'd just tell him like, hey, I'm struggling. Hey, I like this set, this. And he just looks at you and listens. He doesn't he'll wait, let you talk, and he'll listen and try to figure out the best thing possible that can, you know, whether it's just like tweaking a set a little bit, whether it's like, oh, hey, maybe we're going to keep the yardage a little lower for you today. Why don't you do this instead? Or, hey, let's work on this. Like, why don't we pull you out so you can fix that then? Like if it's something with my stroke or a kick or anything. So I think just like being able to be very vulnerable and open with Matt, no matter what, is like such a, you know, it's such a privilege to have in college swimming, because I feel like you're not going to get that everywhere you go. I don't think you can have like such an amazing connection unless, you know, like these coaches present that to you. And I feel like all our coaches like are very open and willing to like always have you like sit down in the office, talk. Like if you're struggling in a set, come out, talk to them, and like we'll figure out what you need and what's going to make you the best swimmer. And I think transitioning into college, I feel like that was like so big for me, is going somewhere where a coach would understand and listen and be willing to kind of like do maybe something different. Because like I'm definitely not like everyone else in the water at practice. So, and they understand that and they work with me on it. And I'm so grateful for that, because I think that was one of the biggest reasons why I was able to do and what I did and drop the time I did, is because they worked with me on everything.
I've had similar interactions with Matt, always good interactions on deck. And like Brian said, we've heard this from a lot of his swimmers. I know Luke is always rooting for Tennessee with all the Caribbean boys in his background there. But with you being recruited, I want to know two things about your hockey career. One, I guess, how many times were you throwing down in hockey games, getting into fisticuffs? And then two, what was the recruiting process like when some coaches would call? Were they like, hey, so are you really going to swim, or are you getting rid of hockey? And I don't know, any funny stories of them trying to navigate and get a real answer out of you?
So first thing, didn't really drop the gloves much, because it's like you in girls hockey, that's like you'll get a penalty. I was forward, I got to score. Like if I'm not on the ice, I'm not scoring. I love to throw hits though, even though like you gotta stay low key about it on the women's side. But and then once I played, you know, high school boys hockey, I mean then hitting's allowed, but I mean, not as much as people think I did. Like, okay. It's just like, if I'm on the ice, I want to win the game. I want to score. I don't want to be sitting in the penalty box all the time. Yeah, I like to be really physical. Like, I was a bigger girl compared to like some of the other girls on the ice. Like, I was taller. I was stronger, and you know, you can bounce them off the boards a little bit, but nothing too scrappy, because you know, I don't know, especially like growing up, like I didn't want a bad reputation going into college. Like you don't want people recruiting you being like, she's just gonna be a goon all year and sit in the box. Like why would colleges want that? So I think that was like a big thing for me, is like I want to be on the ice, I want to score, I'd take high fiving my like teammates all day over punching someone in the face. No, but maybe boxing one day.
There you go.
We do boxing Wednesday mornings before morning practice, and I love it.
Yeah, you must be wrecking.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, it's awesome. I can get all my anger out on a Wednesday morning.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. Well, tell us a little bit more about the training too. And I'm curious about, like, you were obviously very fast in high school, short course yards, going 58 and winning juniors before even arriving at Tennessee. So it's not surprising to see that you make your way onto the world's team, and now you're among the world's fastest breaststrokers. What does it take to do that? What do you do really well? And also, what are you working on?
Yeah, I say what I do really well, I think, is the gym. And I think I have a lot of speed and power, and that's kind of what transferred over from hockey, is kind of my weight room side of things. And I really like the weight room because for me as a sprinter, like I like to find different lifts that really make me find different connection throughout my body that I can find that's going to make me explosive, and like finding the connection off it or like on land, and then being able to transform that into like my breaststroke with snapping my hips forward, or like little lifts like that can help my breaststroke. I like understand that very well in the weight room, and that's something like that hockey taught me, is like that connection piece. And so I think that works really well for me. And then in the pool, doing like a lot of technical work, not overdoing my breaststroke, just like swimming to stay in shape. I'd rather do like freestyle and stuff to like do more aerobic work, but more of just like breaking my race down. Like I can still really work on my underwaters and my turns, like a lot. And that was like one of the biggest things from high school to college, like that's slowly gotten better is like my turn. You can watch my tier pro series and or whatever. I think it was like Illinois or something. Westmont maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I did one of these off the wall. Hey everybody. And yeah, not the best turns, but
not
that's
pro,
one thing.
not pro at the tier pro series.
Not there yet.
No, it was not pro at all. So yeah, that was like one thing that I've like started to get better is just kind of like fine tuning all the little details is like what I really want to focus on kind of now is, you know, now I'm kind of approaching 56 and like for the 100 and like what's it going to take? What's it going to take to, you know, reach that next level? I think for me, it's fixing my start off the block, like getting a little more power through my legs and finding that entry where, you know, I kind of swoop into that. That's one thing like I struggle understanding sometimes because like I'm just like push, go, like, and now I'm starting to understand everything. Like this summer I worked a lot on like diving glides, like learning how to, you know, float up to the surface. And that's helped me in like other ways than just my start. Like it's so much easier for me to like hold and find my line now in breaststroke. Like, so kind of like fine tuning just little parts of my race has kind of helped like just overall too. So for me, I think, yeah, my greatest strengths are definitely like lifting and then just details, like fine tuning all my details. Yeah, I would say aerobically, I'm definitely different. Like aerobic work is great, but it's really easy for me to get burnt out compared to other swimmers. Like in practice, like I can get burnt out pretty easily. Like, and that's mentally hard sometimes because I'm like, well, I need to be going, but then I'll like make it to, you know, NCAAs and I'll be among everyone. I'm like, I don't need to be doing what everyone else is doing in practice. Like everyone's different. And I think just really understanding that makes, you know, my training a lot easier, just being like, oh, it works for me. Like, but yeah, working on, you know, the little details of my underwaters and my turns are probably like my, my biggest things to work on right now. And then just my greatest strengths, weight room and just holding speed on top of the surface. So yeah.
Breaststrokers have always been weirdos, not only in the pool, but on dry land. I think like Mike Barrowman always had these weird W-sit, medicine ball, breaststroke dry land things that people replicated for years and, you know, tore up their knees and wrecked themselves. So what are you doing in dry land? What lifts and moves are helping you find the connection? Are you doing W-sit, medicine ball, plyo jumps?
No. But
okay, good. Good to hear.
Fortunately not. But I do a lot of like hang clean, snatch, like a lot of Olympic lifts where I can find where I'm connecting like a pull and a snap together. And I really enjoyed doing that. I do like bench pressing, pull-ups, like weighted pull-ups. Like really finding like power. So whether it's snapping and pushing, there's one med ball throw we do laying down on a bench where we have like this big med ball and you pull it down. And I really like that to find like connection of snap of kind of like my pull down and my pull out.
Sure.
So we do those med ball throws. I do like doing like a bunch of jumps. I like after like I hurt my hamstring, I've been like finding different hamstring like things to do. And one thing that my trainer gave me that I really love is just like a banded hip thrust. I'm not crazy about hip thrust. So on Saturdays usually we have the like option to either do hip thrust or trap bar deadlift, and I always trap bar deadlift. I really like trap bar deadlift, but instead of just doing like the bar hip thrust, I like banded because I like the way it like resists me, and I like doing a lot of banded stuff. Even shoulder prehab is like a big thing for me that I take like really seriously in the weight room. Is trying to keep my shoulders healthy so I can, you know, lift efficiently, but more importantly, swim efficiently.
Gotta get some Nordics in your life.
I do.
There you go. Figured it'd be on the list there.
Oh yeah. So, but I mean, yeah, those are kind of like the main lifts I do usually is squat, front squat, back squat, bench, clean, snatch. I like dumbbell rows. I really like dumbbell rows. Yeah.
There you go. Other news that came out this week was the 50 selection process for the Olympics, and I think everyone's still trying to like decipher how it all works. And I think of like Charlie from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia with like a million strings and pictures, everything going together, trying to figure it out. But have you looked into that much at all?
Nope.
What it's going to take for the 50s? No. Okay, not even on your radar.
Not at all. Nope.
All right. Okay.
All right. Fair enough.
Simple as that.
I'm just gonna keep
Let's ask Brian about it.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm still trying to digest it. I don't understand fully what USA Swimming. I think we'll learn more once USA Swimming makes a statement about what their selection process will be like at the trials. My hope is that World Aquatics weaved in some kind of like incentive to participate in the whatever it is, the World Cup or whatever meets are part of the 50 selection process, but that's not necessarily how every nation is going to count on qualifying their athletes to get into the Olympic Games in the 50s. But I am stoked about the fact that they're in the Olympic Games. I think it's about time.
Seeing the email, and I sent it to my dad because like sometimes I'll send stuff to my dad. I'll be like, "Tell me what this says," and then he'll be like, I don't really understand it that much, but I was like, okay, I'm not going to worry about it right now. Because, I'm going to worry about this season right now. And, if I work hard this season, I mean, if I focus on season at a time, that's going to build up into the next season. And what I need to do will come.
Yeah. I guess when you're like, hey, when I'm going 29, 28, I'm not going to be worrying about it.
Yeah.
It's not that far away. Maybe it's less than 12 months away. So hell yeah. All right, maybe. McKenzie, we got a few rapid fire questions for you to close out.
All right.
What's the hardest race in swimming?
To fly 4 a.m.
Both of them together, back to back. That'd be brutal.
Yeah.
Olympic gold or world record?
Olympic gold.
If you could change any rule in swimming, what would it be?
Change a rule?
No starts? Is that what I'm hearing? Don't want to work on starts?
Dolphin kicks?
No. Take away those. That's what I'm not good at. I would add the 50 breast to college.
Hell yeah.
Add that to the rules.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I know. That'd be great. All right. So
50 strokes in college would be crazy.
50 strokes in college would be sick. Honestly, I don't think they're far away from doing that. I hope that happens. I hope the 100 IM comes back and then we can
100 medley relay.
Yeah.
Let's dial back some of the events that aren't quite so entertaining, shall we? 100 medley relay. I love it.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
That'd be sick. Yeah. All right. If you get to keep 3 apps on your phone, all the rest of them get deleted. Which 3 apps are you keeping?
Snapchats, because that can be my main photo app. I don't need anything else. Got to keep the gram for reels and call or FaceTime because I love calling and FaceTime people.
Okay. All right. I like that. Probably FaceTime then because you get both, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, earlier you said that you'd cried at practice before, so I'd like to know an example of when you cried at practice. And maybe if this coincides, what's the hardest set you've ever done?
I don't even know the hardest set I've ever done. It's got to be anything like long course, like all out. I'm not great at remembering like exact sets that I do. In high school, I used to do this one every Wednesday. We're like my test set day, and we do like it'd alternate every 3 weeks, or each week it'd go like from 100s breast to 100s free, and it'd be 5 on like my fastest short rest interval. And in high school, that was hard for me to just go like back to back to back. So I would say that and then once you like break the time, so like if I was holding like 120s or something, then if I make all 5 on 120, then like next week I'd have to like try to make all of them on like 119. So then I just like would keep like, you just try to keep dropping and dropping. And then like eventually, if you get to like that stuck point where, like you're like, shoot, I got 3 again, 3 out of 5. It's like, you're so close. But I love that set. Like I loved doing that. Like I loved it mentally, like the drive to it.
Did you ever see Mighty Ducks 2?
I did.
You remember the whole stick, glove, shirt thing?
I do. I love that. My brothers and I used to do that.
What's your swimming equivalent?
I guess just spitting behind the blocks. Like, I guess you can't, because you can't hit people.
I mean, you could.
You can't drop drop the goggles, drop the cap goggles. Like,
throw it down. What would happen online if there was 2 swimmers got in a fist fight behind the blocks? That would.
All right, I guess this is the
blow
equivalent.
People's minds.
You'd walk up to them instead of jersey. You would pull them by their suit, flip the cap over the goggles, and then they're blinded. And then there's your, then you have free shots. But I guess that'd be it. You just gotta yank them by the suit, half cap over their face, and just. I guess your cap's your jersey in that point. But I guess if you're just trying to like piss someone off and intimidate them, that's a really bad habit hockey gave me. It's like, like in an arena when it gets so dry and you're just on the ice and you're like breathing through your mouth so much, it's like your mouth gets really dry. So like go for some water and then you just like swish it in your mouth and like spit it out or like spit it. So like that's a horrible thing I do behind the block. It's so bad.
Why?
People are probably like, that you are disgusting. You are weird.
We don't know why everyone got sick at Worlds. We have no idea why people were sick at this meet.
Hey, no.
Kenzie spitting all over the place.
Spitting is illegal in Singapore.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're not in jail. Good job.
Thank you.
Such restraint.
Oh my god. All right. What's the strangest superstition you've seen from another athlete?
From another athlete?
Or your own?
I feel like that would be a really easy question in hockey and swimming. I guess I think it's weird when people wear shoes behind the blocks.
Okay.
Like you're at a pool. Why are you putting shoes on?
All right. Yeah. I think the logic is most people say it's like keeps their feet warm.
Yeah, but like I just don't, because then like after you go on like people go and then they go on the podium and you got like wet socks. That's disgusting.
Hey, I hear the logic. It's a good point.
I don't want my shoes wet. I don't want my socks wet.
I was not a shoes person. I'm with you on this. I would just be barefoot.
I hate feeling like there's a lot of like things on me. Like it stresses me out watching people walk out with like
tons of stuff on.
Loads of stuff on. I'm like, you're not gonna get to. And every time people are like, no, like the officials wait, and I'm like, no, they're not. No, they're not. Yeah. Like they're gonna start without you.
That's right.
That's why right. I'm like one sweatshirt and I'm good, or one jacket, that's enough. Like it stresses me out wearing a sweatshirt because that means I gotta like pull it over my head.
Yeah, right.
And that's like time.
You never know.
Yeah.
All right. Last one, and most importantly, how much social kick are we doing these days?
Not enough. Just kidding. I feel like we get a little bit of social kick at the end of practice. It's usually in our warm down.
There you go.
But
we'll
never
take it,
really
especially in the fall.
Especially in the fall we take it. We take it in the warm down, especially at after a swim meet warm down. That's when the social kick comes out.
Oh yeah,
nice.
Hell yeah, yeah. But breaststrokers probably need their own lane. Let's be honest, and warm down at meets. Because it's a hazard.
Or we can put some fins on.
That's fine.
Put some fins
we'll
on.
Take the fins.
That works.
We'll take the fins.
I will not keep up with you if you go too fast for me. I take social kick very slowly. If you start
That's the
kicking
right way to
fast,
do it. Teach him.
I kick you out of my lane. Or you just
Brian's
hit
got to slow himself down to stay up with us. That's for sure.
Yeah, if you got someone passing you while you're trying to talk and social kick, you take your kickboard and you bash them in the head with it, and that's just the easiest way to keep them right next to you again.
I couldn't agree more.
You heard it here first.
This is great advice. Yeah,
bash your teammates in the head.
Yeah,
professional wisdom. Oh, I love it. McKenzie, you're fun energy. You're welcome back here anytime. We're excited to get to have this time with you and, rooting for you. And hopefully we'll cross paths down the road. Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome. That's it for this episode of Social Kick. We'll see you next time.
See ya.